All right, welcome to video number 3. We're going to pick up with um, 4.43 bullying. This is the bullying policy. This underwent some changes over the summer at the state legislation level. So, again, this is not us making changes. This is what the state of Arkansas tells each and every school that we have to abide to. So, um, some of the wording is going to be the same, but this particularly this you will want to read through it on your own time. But this is quite a hefty subject here. So, bullying means intentional harassment, intimidation, humiliation, ridicule, defamation, or threat or incitement of violence by a student against another student or public school employee by written, verbal, or electronic or physical act that may address an attribute of the other student, public school employee, person with whom the other student or public school employee is associated, and that causes and creates actual or reasonable, foreseeable, all of these things. Um, Specifically, of substantial interference with the student's education or the employee's role in education, prevents a hostile environment for one or more people, physically harms someone, substantial disruption of the orderly operation of the school. Um, Examples of bullying include, they're not limited to, um, pattern of behavior involving one or more of the following. Um, Specifically addresses cyberbullying now, um, which would be over, internet, digital device, text message, social media. Um, Cyberbullying is any form of communication by electronic act that's sent with the purpose to harass, intimidate, ridicule, defame, threaten the school employee or person whom the school employee is associated with. You can see all of the examples. I'm not going to read through each and every one of them, but you know what they are. Uh, Incites violence toward a student, school employee, or person the school employee is associated with. Cyberbullying of school employees. This is something that has kind of been added. Building a fake profile or website of the employee, making repeated, continuing, or substantial electronic communication, including electronic mail transmission to school employee. Um, so this is where students could be bullying the school employees. Um, a big key for all bullying, but cyberbullying here is prohibited whether or not the cyberbullying originated on school property or with school equipment. If the cyberbullying results in the substantial disruption of the orderly operation of the school or educational environment or is directed specifically at a student or school personnel maliciously intent for the purpose of disrupting school and has a high likelihood of succeeding in that purpose. What that means is, and this goes with all actions of yours outside of school, but if your action outside of school causes a disruption inside these school walls um, with the students or when you are at school, then we're going to address that. And I can give you discipline recommendations, procedures, uh, consequences for your actions, even though you were sitting at your house whenever you hit send. Gives a definition of harassment, pattern of unwelcome verbal or physical conduct, um, substantial disruption, respect to the dignity of others is a cornerstone of our civil society. Okay, so students, you're encouraged to report behavior that would be considered to be bullying, including a single action which, if allowed to continue, would constitute bullying to the teacher or the building principal. I hear it so many times that my student's been bullied. This is coming from parents, or you will come to me when you're in my office and say you do something, you get in trouble, and then you tell me that, well, this person's been bullying me all year. Um, Number one, we are going to do the best we can to make sure that everyone in this school is safe. But if you do not let us know, then we can't help. And coming in to say that you've been bullied for 6 months, whenever, and you just finally had enough and you blow up, that's going to be hard to prove your case. So please report. It can be to me, it can be to your teacher, it can be to Mr. Graham, Officer Talbert, counselors, um, notes under my door, emails to me. I get so many emails from students who are reporting things, and that's great. Your name will never be brought up to the person who is doing this, so it won't be brought up by me. If you are out talking on your own and things get back to the people, that I can't help you there. But I am not going to be telling anyone what's said in my office and who actually is the one that said that. The person or person reporting the bullying um, should not be subject to retaliation or reprisal in any form. All right, so here's some of the law that we are going to have to follow. As soon as there is a credible report, we have to contact the parent or guardian and let them know that there is a credible report. We have to do a written report within 5 school days. We have to properly investigate that report, and it has to be completed on the 5th school day after we received the information. Notify within 5 days following the completion of the investigation the parent, legal guardian, that there was an alleged victim and credible report of bullying, whether an investigation found it to be credible or not. And if so, we have to let them know of some counseling and intervention services within 5 days following the completion of the investigation. The person who is the perpetrator of the incident of bullying, we have to let those parents know that there's a credible complaint, whether the investigation brought it about to be true, action taken against a student upon the conclusion of the investigation of the alleged incident of bullying, information regarding the reporting of another alleged incident of bullying, including potential consequences of continued incidents of bullying. So that is us talking to the other parents. There'll be a written record of the investigation, which should include a detailed description of the alleged incident of bullying, including without limitation detailed summary of the statements from all material witnesses, any action taken as a result, discuss appropriate actions and intervention services. Students found to be in violation of this policy shall be subject up to disciplinary action up to and including expulsion. Now, notice of what constitutes bullying, the district's prohibition against bullying, and the consequences for students who bully shall be posted in classrooms, cafeterias, restrooms, gyms, auditoriums, school buses. That's the signs that have the circle with the cross out through it saying, with the bully. It's those are posted around school. If you've never noticed them, they're there. Annually, the superintendent's going to have to make a report to the school board and let them know the number of incidents of bullying reported and the actions taken regarding the reporting of the incidents of bullying. So, and again, copies of this policy upon request. Minimum consequence for bullying type behavior would be verbal warnings, all the way up to 10 days out of school suspensions with recommendation for expulsions, possible placement success. So that is kind of a brief rundown of the bullying policy as it is currently. This has some new steps in it that all schools in the state of Arkansas are going to have to follow. So if you believe you have an issue with someone, please come to me so I can help you get that resolved. So it's not bothering you or them. We'll move on to the next video shortly. Thank you.